Scooby is sleeping. It's actually sleeping right over there. I was trying to get a picture of him, but he's kind of like me in a way, because he doesn't like selfies, guys. He doesn't like selfies, and he doesn't like getting his video taken. Did I say that right? I think I got that backwards. I don't know. But it's funny because sometimes when I go to take pictures of him, he will turn his head the second he sees the camera. It's like he knows, guys. And I don't know if he knows what it sounds like when the camera turns on to video, and he knows that's what it is, and he runs off. But when he knows he's going to be, well, at least I think, when I go to take a video of him, I have to be strategic, because if I just walk up to him, like if I walked up to him now and I point the camera at him and I hit record, he will run off. And he'll go play with one of his toys or something. So to be strategic is the only way I can get a video, which is usually when he's playing. So I'll take him outside and we'll play, and I'll just get a little recording of him or something. But he's definitely a very active, playful dog, but he doesn't like his picture taken. And he definitely doesn't like videos, which I don't know, I find that very fascinating and also very odd at the same time. And it's funny because I'm kind of the same way. I can't do selfies either, guys. I've tried. I just think I look so awkward taking pictures of myself, which is odd because I feel like I look awkward now, but I don't know. But it's these kind of things, guys, that I think about at night, because this is my favorite time of night, or favorite time of day, you know, when the sun is set and the moon is glowing and it's quiet outside and it's quiet inside, because it's very low stimulating, right? Especially, you know, when you are someone like me who has severe sensory overload issues and overstimulating issues, and, you know, like the sunlight. I'm probably wrong about this, but I feel like I always have some kind of an allergy to the sun because I get really overstimulated when the sun is out. Especially in the summertime when it's so hot and that sunlight is just beaming in, and the humidity, and it really drains my energy. And it's been like that for as long as I can remember. So in my house, I'm usually in 2 rooms all day. It's the recording room, which is just over that way, just a few feet. And then there's this room that I'm in, which is where me and Scooby are when I'm not recording. And in both rooms, I have dark out curtains where I block out the sun. And in the other room, in the recording room, I have three sun blocking curtains on one window. They're like layered. And I don't know if that's because the sun is so powerful that it gets in anyway, or if the curtains are just not very good. It's probably the curtains aren't very good, but I have a window with 3 layers of sun blocking curtains in there in the recording room. And then in here I have three big windows, and I have blackout curtains for them, but I have to keep them off a good deal of the time because Scooby likes to run back and forth in the windows chasing like squirrels and birds and people. He likes to go from window to window and follow the cars. So when he sees one car going that way, he will go from one window to the next and kind of try to follow it. And he does that with birds and squirrels and whatever else. So I have to keep those curtains off for most of the time. Because a lot of times when I'm recording, he'll come back in here if I'm like playing a scary game and I start gasping or something. He'll come in here and usually play with one of his toys or something, or he'll look out the window. So a lot of the times I'll have to leave those curtains off in here for him. But sorry guys, he's over there sleeping and I just keep looking at him. I was gonna get a picture of him, but he's facing away from me, but it's times like this, guys, that I start having these mind spills, where I just kind of reflect on the day and I just start rambling about any topic without any real focus or pattern of where I'm supposed to go. And then somehow eventually the rambling just kind of turns into a conversation somehow. But like earlier, I've been working on this video, not this one, but I've been working on one specific video for 4.5 years. And technically, I've been working on it for 4.5 years. And by that, I just mean like writing scripts out and, memorizing it and, get a feel of how it sounds and how I look. Because a lot of times I'll look in a mirror but technically I've been working on this for 4.5 years, and it was the day that I decided I wanted to do YouTube, and that was the day that I first started trying to work on this video. I stood in front of a big full-length mirror in front of my closet, and I just talked for 2.5 hours. And I did that every day for the next 4.5 years. And it always sounded pretty good. I always liked how I came across and how my voice sounded, and it just seemed to flow really nicely until I got in front of the camera. That's when it all changed. That's when it got difficult, because once I got in front of the camera to start working on what I was going to say in further detail, that was a lot different, because, talking to a camera is a lot different than looking at yourself in the mirror. It's also different when you're making gaming videos, at least for me. But it wasn't until I got in front of the camera that I started paying attention to things. Like, I would start to stammer in front of the camera, and I would fumble over my words. And I would notice other things, like the angle of the camera wasn't the way I wanted it, or the lighting was off. And then I would go back and I would have to edit and take stuff out and put stuff in. And, you know, I've done that before. That's not a big deal. I've done that with gaming videos and stuff. But this is different, because when the video is important, because it's a story about how I came to be here and all the work I did to get to this point. And when you have to make cuts and other edits, you kind of lose the, I don't know if passion is the right word. It's like the moment is gone after you have to make a cut here and an edit there and replace this and put this in, and then you find yourself repeating the script over and over, and it doesn't sound the same. It's like the fire is gone, you know. And that's the problem that I've been having the last several days with that video. Now, normally, if it was anything else, I wouldn't really care, but this video is going to be important. I feel like it's going to be the most important video I make, because that's telling the story of where I came from and how I got to here. And I want to make sure that I get it right. And the only way to get it right is if I can bring you guys in and kind of make you feel how I felt when I was going through the things that I was going through to get here. And if I fail at doing that, then I failed telling the story. And that that has me in overthinking mode. And I think the problems that I keep having is just I'm overthinking all of these edits, because I get in front of the camera and then I start to sweat, or I get nervous, or I fumble over my words, and then all of that causes me to do all the re-edits, and then that causes the fire to go out. So I think I'm going to probably just have to not edit the video, except for maybe the lighting, so that obviously you guys can see, and the volume. I have to make sure you guys can hear it, but because I was thinking about that earlier, guys, like I shouldn't worry about the edits. It's more about the words and how I can bring those to life. And I think I can do that. But I think the only way I can do that is to not mess around with edits and taking things out and replacing things and putting other things in. And I think if I just speak from the heart and not worry about everything else, that will be much better. Question is, can I actually do that? Because it's one thing to talk about it and it's another thing to do it. Because if I could do it, why haven't I done it already? Well, see, the thing is, I know exactly what I want to say. It's just saying it without second guessing myself and being nervous and fumbling over my words. So, but I think I'll get it. So that's the kind of stuff I was doing today. I was doing a lot of work with that video today, and I was working on the setup video today. And I've been gone a few months, guys, but during my time away, I found a couple of games to play for you guys, 2 of them. And both of them are now in my top 5 favorite games of all time. And I don't really know what order I'm going to play the games in, because I like to ask you guys for requests so that I can play games you guys like. That way, at least I'm playing something I know that you guys enjoy. But I did find 2 games while I was away that are absolutely fantastic. So I'm looking forward to playing those. And I don't know where I'm going with all this stuff, guys. I just, it's late. The sun is set. The moon is glowing beautifully. And I just felt like mind dumping a little bit, I guess. But anyway, I think I'm going to wrap it up and make sure Scooby is tucked in nicely. He's kind of up and down over there. So get him tucked in and get him off to sleep. And then, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here, guys. I hope you've had a fantastic day. And I should have the other videos up in the next few days. They're still on schedule, so they should be up in the next couple of days anyway. So I have that video that I'm working on, and then the setup video, and then still the gaming playthrough. So lots of content in the next several days. And as far as I know, everything is still on schedule with that. So I will get out of here and get out of your hair. I hope you guys have a fantastic night, and I will catch you guys later.